So when a couple has finally kind of made a breakthrough in terms of understanding each other's perspective, but then the thing that always warms my heart the most and I feel really special being a part of is when they like hug or kiss or hold hands, and that just feels really good, and I feel, yeah, I'm part of that, you know. I think also the moments when I like first started out like learning RO-DBT and leading a skills class, you know, that's really empowering, knowing that I can do something like that. Yeah, and recently I've been learning EMDR, training in EMDR, and so when I did my first few sessions with a client doing EMDR, oh my gosh, it was such a wave of like, oh, wow, I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the thing that I've been wanting to do. I still have a lot of room for growth, but so yeah, that's kind of what I mean. And like, I'm still having those moments that kind of add to this, like, oh, I really can do this. It's never been one singular moment in time. And yeah. I think about one session in particular with a client that kind of just speaks to this question overall. I learned something new from all of my clients, probably every session. I feel like sometimes they're teaching me more than I'm teaching them. But one client in particular, they had come in and, you know, they were looking for solutions to this issue that they were coming in with. And my initial like knee-jerk reaction was to get on board, like, yeah, let's find some options, solutions, action steps, what are the skills, all the things. And after I was kind of like through that, right, I was noticing this human in front of me and noticing like the change and, you know, how they were presenting and like their affect, and they were looking like they were, yeah, just feeling a lot of feelings. And in that moment I was like, I need to slow down for a second. I don't think what this person actually needs, I may be wrong, what they actually need is solutions, even if that's what they verbally said. I think what this human needs is maybe just human-human connection and validation. And I paused myself in that moment. I said, you know what? There are moments as a therapist where I have to pause and rewind, and this is one of those, I think. I came into this with solutions and, you know, what are next steps, but is it possible that what you really need is just to cry and me be there for you in that moment? And they affirmed that. And it was such a good session because this person, like, they frequently do not allow themselves to emote and feel their feelings. And so that was actually the most productive session I think we have ever had. And it had nothing to do with solutions. It had everything to do with just feeling through that. And so that session I left and I was like, okay, I need to slow down sometimes and attune more, you know, in these moments, right? Rather than just using the brain, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I would say in terms of mindset shift, it's very known to me that my team members who I work with regularly enhance my own learning and my own growth and evolution as a therapist and as a social worker. But a mindset shift that I've had to come into recognition with is I also enhance the learning and growth of others. And I think that's been a little bit of a difficult shift for me. Imposter syndrome is obviously a thing, and so it's very easy to fall into this mental narrative of like, I don't contribute anything. What do I bring to this room, this space? But I do bring things to the space, and when I do bring things up, offer maybe a different way of looking at things, solutions, it does most times enhance the space and our movement towards our mutual goal. Yeah, and I would say in terms of like habits, a big piece has been seeking mentorship when I really do need it, right? Rather than feeling nervous that I'll appear incompetent or not know what I'm doing, essentially, if I do ask for help or guidance on things, like making it a habit to actively ask questions be a squeaky wheel, so to speak, and seek support from people because they're there to support me. They have not been there. So this is such a good question. I'm not sure if I would listen to myself, but it would probably be, don't be afraid to show up as who you are, right? That's in fact probably the most positive indicator of success with clients, is just being authentic, and not showing up as you think you're supposed to show up as a therapist, right? I like to think of my own experiences in therapy as the client, and oh, this therapist is amazing and I want to be exactly like them, and they are amazing, but that's them, right? That's not me. And I think for a while I was trying to put myself into a box, a container of like, what is a therapist supposed to be, act like, emote. And I think the most success I've had is being myself, emoting along with clients, all of the things that make me who I am, right? Within professional parameters, of course, but still showing up as me. And that has allowed, I think, for me to really connect with clients and vice versa. So that's probably what I would tell myself a few years ago when I first started out, is don't be afraid to be you. You don't need to be anybody else. Clinically, I would say I am really eager to grow into my role as an EMDR trained therapist. I really want to build that muscle. I think it's such a cool modality, and I think it could help so many different clients. And then with that too, RO-DBT, right? I think my plan this year is to get even more training on it and certification in it. I've been doing it, the modality for a couple of years now, but I'm really excited to kind of, close the gap on certain aspects of the modality, better understand it. So yeah, I would say those two modalities are what I'm most eager to grow into this year. And then professionally, I think it would be more along the lines of the internship program and growing that. We've been kind of building it from the ground up, and we've been seeing the fruits of our labor, but we also have faced a lot of challenges with it because it's we're building this, right? And so I want to continue building that into what I know it can be, and supporting clinicians that are growing, right? They're new professionals, been there, done that, so I know how that is, and I want to support them in that endeavor. And then personally, I would say I really want to get back into playing piano. I grew up playing piano, classically trained, and I stopped when I was 18. Went to college and focused on psychology and social work and all the things. And I want to get back to that part of me. I really want to find something like piano or craft that can allow me to show my creativity in other ways. I've been so focused on work, which is an amazing thing, but that's a part of me that I think I've been missing for some time, and I really want to grow back into that.